Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach. It is early in the morning. As I've said before, I think this sometimes works really well. I thought of doing this last night, but I find my cognitive abilities as I get near when I need to go to bed just don't, it's not worth it. Where I'd rather just get up, start drinking coffee, and as I'm waking up and before the day job hits, I can do these episodes. So a couple things came up that I want to investigate. One of them is with rocks. So I will pull this over here. And again, this is from Immo's Minsk compiler episode series. But he was talking about how if you have a nullable reference type, that you can use this nullable annotation, which when I first looked at adding nullable reference type support to rocks, either this didn't exist or it did and I missed it. And if you are curious, you can go back in all my free code session videos where I talk about rocks and nullable, and it was a pain because there's these attributes that you have to look at, and then you have to look at a nullable context attribute, and you have to walk up from the place it exists all the way in the module. I figured it out, but it was just not fun. And I was like, they should really have a property on these things. So again, either I missed it or it's actually something that just got added at some point after I put in all the support. So that's what I want to look at here. And of course, when I have my code base that's been around for quite some time, Rocks has been around for 5 years now, I sometimes forget, where is all this stuff? So give me some time here, because I know it was called nullable. Nullable. Yeah, nullable context. Nullable metadata, blah, 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 blah. Did they actually put it on parameter info right now? What's it called again? Nullable annotation. Nope, not there. And where is he using this? It's on a property. Yeah, because it's put on the property. Yeah. So, yeah, this is all the work I had to do to figure out, is it annotated or not annotated? And where does this actually exist in my code? It exists in extensions because of reasons. Nullable context. What uses this? Type extensions. Okay. Type extensions. Well, this is, I'm like, yeah, this, yeah, there is no, because this is a type. Yeah, and you don't have, simply done by using Rosalind's nullable annotation property. I'm just curious. Why not? Maybe it got added recently. I don't know, but couldn't hurt, could it? Now, the thing is, though, this is on reflection, not Rosalind. Now, this would change if this would change with some of the ideas that I have around having rocks be generated with source generators, because then I have to switch all my stuff to now looking at like parameter infos. I'd have to actually look at parameter definitions and property definitions. And so I think that's where I have to, now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know if I can actually do this because I'm actually looking at all the reflection stuff, not the, yeah, this is system reflection parameter. Yeah, so now that I think about this, I can't do this because there's nowhere where I'm actually looking at source code. I'm looking at an assembly, so it's a totally different context. What's that sound from The Price is Right? Maybe I should play the video. I showed my kids that video, and it's the sound of failure. Which this isn't failure, it's just... You know what I'm going to do, though? This is not a failure, because this is actually probably going to be important later on. So... well, this won't what I am. Because I'm generating mocks by looking at a type via reflection API. Not, forget all the markdown, not the Roslyn API. If when I actually mocks via source generators, then I'll probably need this. Okay. I'm just curious when I run this, what happens when I run all the tests? Because I just updated to a newer version of all the C# stuff. And that's fine if there's errors, because I'm just curious. I'm just curious. See what it does. I have another thing I can look at, so it's not like this episode is completely wasted. So, come on. You can do it. You're building, you're running tests. Takes a while. There goes the fan. One failed. Of course one fails. And you want to bet which one it is? It's probably the one that gets from... It's always this one. It is always this one. What am I at? And I bet it's because they added annotations. Somewhere else, which is causing this to screw up. Let's see. Okay, say 10. Well, just automatically break where it fails. Well, that doesn't help now, does it? Yeah, go there. No. What? I really wish it had the ability to say compile and line 1.4. Yes. I wish you could actually click on the stack there and say, go to that line of code. But all right, so what we got? That's interesting. Okay. Why that would have gone through twice? Oh. Because for some reason, so it gets built every time. Yeah, I should fix that. All right, so what are the diagnostics? Do down here. Let's just copy all these. Put them in here. And let's not. Warning, nullability of type parameter value doesn't match overridden member, possibly because of nullability attributes. Possibly. Really? It's always these writers and streams. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh, and here's another one. Parameter value must have a non-null value when exiting with true. I wonder if it's more of those attributes that's like maybe not null if true or whatever. Yeah. I would imagine once I get to actually generating them from source code, a lot of these things would just go away because it's right there and you don't have to worry about it. I'm guessing. 1643, really? Is it that big? 1643. And what is it on? Nullability of value. Oh. Because it's a... Yeah, there's a implicit value here. And I'm wondering... That's interesting. Oh, I'm wondering if it's because of this. Nullability of type parameter value doesn't match overridden member. What's... Oh. So on a text writer... Here, let's stop this. I'm just curious. And then I'm not gonna fix these because I'm gonna kill the branch anyway. I don't care right now. Of course, curiosity is killing the cat. So this inherits from text writer, correct? So if I just decide to put in public class sends from text writer, so I can actually get to a text writer. And what is this new line? Well, it's a string, but this doesn't. What's that site? Rosalind source.net? Is that it? No. Source.net. Text writer. And what are we looking for? We are looking for new line. Ah, that's why. It's because it has an allow null on it, and we don't have allow null on it. So I could log this as a bug, and I probably should. So let me do that, and then we'll move on. Because, again, don't really care. So I'm going to put a new issue in here. Allow null is not being generated. Not being for properties. On text writer, the new line property is annotated, has the allow null attribute. And rocks is not generating this, which is causing a problem. What is it? It's the, yeah, I keep forgetting. Assign myself, labels, bug, low priority. Well, that's a medium priority. What? That was weird. Okay. Milestones. We want to put in 4.2. Okay. Remember to upgrade all NuGet packages to 3.6.0 or higher to see this. Because I think that's what I saw here when I updated. So they went to 3.6. 3.6, 3.6, 3.6. Okay. And we'll take that out because we don't want that. Okay, so how's that look? You know what, as I just realized, though it may not. Yeah, it would. Excuse me. Cancel. I think it would be because it's an error coming from the compiler, not necessarily that. And this, I don't know when they put that on there. That might have been there a long time, but then they just noticed that and put that error in. So, yeah. All right. So there's that. We'll go back to here. So now, everything. And if I run all tests, does it still fail? I'm just kind of curious. Because it'll be interesting to see if the attribute on the property still causes it to fail. Or not. I don't know. We'll see in a moment. I could have just ran that one test because that was one that takes the most amount of time to finish. Yeah, they all fail. So it is upgrading to that new version of code analysis suddenly discovers the problem. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty typical, pretty par for the course. All right, so let's come back here. I really wish there was just a right-click delete. I don't like it that you have to switch to the branch and delete. Yes, delete this on the remote. I don't think I pushed anything. I did to it anyway. All right, so we're going to go back to, and this one I don't know if it's going to carry over to another episode, but we will find out. So one thing I've discovered is, do I have that up here? Yeah. So let's be a little careful here because we don't want that. We don't want that. Let's bring this over here, and now let's do that. Okay. So I've been writing tests now for Dub Sharp, and I noticed that this in the docs says that you should never terminate from this, because if this was the only line in your code, in your program, you'd add one to the line, okay, and then the line is removed. So the line was at a count of 1. You say add, so it goes to 2. You remove it, goes back to 1. You add, then you run the line again. So the count never goes up because it'll always stay at 1, but it never goes away either. So this is a non-terminating program. Okay? Well, I dug in a little closer and I realized that this is in the execution engine execute. So if I go there, execute. Huh! What is this? What? Oh my God. Can I actually... Can you... Oh, it doesn't. I thought I said copy. There we go. Okay. Execution engine. Wow. Can I report a bug? No, I didn't mean to do a live share. I meant to send feedback. Report a problem. See if it actually picked up that it just had a problem. Not all images developer community. No. Report a new problem. Odd error showing a code window. I doubt I can repeat this, but I was searching. Does it let you? Yeah. For a member via. What is it called? Go to. Like I know what it. Go to member. Go to. Find. I don't know what it's called. I should. That? No. What is this? Search? I don't know. I can't remember. And when I selected the result, nothing showed up in the code editor. And I saw this error. Can I get it to happen again? Execute? Well, I didn't have this open. Yeah, now it works. I'm not able to reproduce it. Not sure why what I did made this happen in the first place. Does it support Markdown? It says it supports Markdown. I want a quote. You have a quote? Good. Let's quote that. That's a quote. Yeah, we don't want a link. Next. No attachments. Sure. Attach system logs. Seems like a good idea. It's probably a lot to do. Close. Alright, well. We contributed. Okay, so anyway, here's the problem. You run the line of code, which that code then gets a reference to the engine itself. What happens in update count, though, is if you tell it to update the count, it finds that line object again, updates it, which creates a whole new line object, sticks it back into the dictionary. Then you come back up here and you're like, well, it should be kept. And it shouldn't be deferred, so we're going to update the line count by 1. But this is referring to the original line, not the one that just got pushed into the dictionary. And so we remove it, so it goes down to 0, and that's what we actually, so we overwrite what we just did, and we don't want to do that. We want to grab what came out of the collection. So before I do that, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to record another episode because I'm running low on coffee. And there's also, I have to figure out, how do I want to handle some branches, or a branch here in Dub Sharp. So I'll stop with this one. We'll address this problem in the next episode. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.